Hello and welcome to an episode of Atomic Vinyl Reviews. My name's Jacob and today is my first episode filming in the new place. I recently moved out and hence why I haven't been uploading anything for quite a long time. Just quickly, I also apologize for how echoey it is in this video. That's something that hopefully in the near future I'll be able to rectify a little bit once this place is a bit more furnished. At the moment it is quite empty, nothing much going on. Today I actually want to jump in with an unboxing video because yeah, I finally got some new figures at this new residence and this is gonna be exciting. So for today, got a little package from AliExpress. This one came from China and it should have some really interesting bootleg Kong figures. So very quickly, I just rushed off camera, grabbed some scissors, and now we can actually check out these two figures. So what it looks like, these look like they're actually bootlegs of the Monster Arts version of the MonsterVerse Kong. So I've actually got my figure here. Again, I haven't done an unboxing or a review of this guy yet. I will get to it. But I've got my version of him here. And these look like they are based roughly off of this figure, but they don't quite look right either. They're just weird looking, and they only cost about 15 bucks each. That's Australian money as well, so it's a bit cheaper for you guys in the US. And I got two of them because they had slight variations. They probably are very small as well, because this package isn't too big either. I'm really interested to see these things in person. So I've actually had this package lying around for before the last weekend, so today is actually Tuesday, so I got these on Friday last week. I just didn't have time to film this video, so I've been really eager just to actually see this open and these in, you know, in the plastic as it were. So there we go, we can dispose of that crap, and now we have, oh, these look tiny, okay. These are much smaller than I was expecting. But we have two figures in bubble wrap. Interesting. Interesting, because I thought these would be small, because it's not like this Kong figure is very big. But for what they are, these, you guys can barely see it, but these are at least like a third shorter than our Monster Arts figure. I wonder what these are based off then. Okay. So, I'm guessing these aren't our typical Legend creation bootleg Monster Arts figures, because those ones are usually done to scale. You know, the ones like the Ghidorah Monster Arts figures, you get the bootlegs of those ones. They did the 2019 Godzilla, all that stuff. So these ones appear to be something else. Alright, little tiny Kong figure in a plastic bag like this. Interesting. I'll get the other one out, and then we'll actually take them out of their bags. Look at that. That is bizarre. I don't know. Could these be based off of some Playmates toys that they didn't release, perhaps, or something else? There are some figures on AliExpress of like Behemoth and some of the other like flying kaiju from the Monsterverse. That you get in like these little orangey packets, and they look like the Playmates branded figures, but they're ones that weren't actually released by Playmates, so they could have been like early prototypes or something that they're mass producing. So maybe this is something in that line of figures, so something in that approximate scale. So these could be the Kong versions of those. And oh, these are weird. Pretty cool though, actually. So, this guy actually comes with an axe as well. So I'll see if I can actually put the axe in his hand. From what I'm feeling, the joints on this thing are a little bit stiff. I'm a little bit apprehensive about bending them too much. We may need to use hot water or something, but I think I can get the axe to slot in his hand. Okay. So yeah, I was really just not sure what these are based on. I thought these could have been just based off the not so great photos these had. I thought that this could have been based off of the Monster Arts figure, but no. Anyway, let me adjust the focus. There you guys go. Really creepy looking with those very white, soulless eyes they gave this guy. And just the, what I'd say is a bit too much detail in terms of the musculature on his chest and stuff there. Not really accurate to the film. But a really cool Monster vs. Kong figure nonetheless. Interesting. Now the other one, I'm not sure if he comes with an axe, but he does come with a roaring face. And different arm poses, so these figures are different. So again, they're both sealed in plastic. These are very small, by the way. You can kind of make out how big they are compared to the Monster Arts figure, so they are very small. Alright, so here are the two figures. They're both made of what feels like a solid PVC type plastic. So they're, nice solid feeling. And they are articulated, but only at the hips, and the shoulders, and at the head. So they do have a little bit of articulation. This guy's kind of in a cool, weird, crazy looking pose. I like the open mouth on him. This guy, however, comes with the axe and is in a more stoic pose and looks absolutely terrifying with these whited out eyes. But other than that, I think the body of these figures is the same. But there are some differences in like the legs, I think. Yeah, just a tiny bit maybe. Hard to tell if that's just these not being made so well, so there's some distortion in the plastic, but I think the legs are a bit more bent on this more expressive one. So that's pretty cool. I'm not really sure what these would scale with, because these are a lot shorter than Monster Art scale, for example, and these aren't quite as small as like Gashapon scale. However, what I am thinking is because this version of Kong did grow, and I did a very long, in-depth video about this, talking about how ridiculous it was, how much he actually grew, but basically he grew from the previous film from being, something like that tall and being a teenager at that height to being an adult at this height by the Godzilla vs. Kong film. So these can be some sort of intermediate Kongs, or you could have them, for example, paired up with your Monster vs. Godzilla like this. You kind of have a more rational size comparison between these two compared to what they actually went with in the final film. I don't know. That could work. But yeah, interesting. Let's just get some real close-ups of these for you guys, and you can have a good look at the details. So here's Kong number 1. Again, detailing work is fairly basic. He's also just painted really basically. I think he's made of a black plastic, and they did just this brown dry brushing over him by the looks of it, but it is effective. He does pop color-wise just enough for what he is, I guess. And unfortunately you see a bit of blue reflecting off of him. That's actually the light from my monitor here coloring him. He's not actually really blue at all in person, except for the axe, of course, which does have a bit of that metallic blue on it, as most variants of this axe prop from the film have. So that's cool. So he does feel a bit more official with this axe. And overall, the axe itself is actually done pretty well, aside from, again, a fairly lazy paint job, but that's to be expected on a bootleg figure like this. But yeah. And those soulless white eyes, I kind of hate them, but love them at the same time. Really creepy. Just a good look under him. I don't think there's any legal information stamped on this figure. I could be wrong, but I haven't seen any as of yet. Yeah, interesting little figurine. So I'll bring in the other one, the more expressive one. Unfortunately, he doesn't come with the axe like we've seen, but I do like the roaring face on him. It's more expressive, and he's in a much more interesting pose. Like I said, these joints are a bit stiff in the arms and the legs, or at least some of the legs. This one can move kind of freely now because I've worked it a little bit, but this one, it comes stiff, so it's like the paint kind of like might have stuck in the joint when they painted it, and you need to kind of work it or just use heat or something. But yeah, He's in a more expressive pose. I like that. I also like the sculpting of the fur on his forearms here. It does look nice and poofy. Again, same details on the back. I think the body is just identical between the two. But you can get some nice rotation and articulation in his head, surprisingly. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say about these things other than they're pretty cool little figurines. You basically get what you see or expect with these things. A little bit sad that they weren't actually bootlegs of the Monster Arts figure, which I'm not even sure why I thought they were. They just look similar enough to it, but just completely different to every other figure we've gotten of this Kong that, I don't know. Just also the line work in them kind of made them look like they did have a little bit more articulation in them than you'd expect or something like that. I don't know. It's weird. I thought they were kind of some sort of reworking of the Monster Arts figure. But nonetheless, these are cool little figurines, and I hope we actually do get more similar stuff for other kaiju in the Monsterverse, because that would be really cool. So yeah. Again, thank you for bearing with the echoiness of the video and just the quality of it in general. I'm still setting up here and trying to make this whole process come together. And I'm actually about to film 2 more videos because I got some cool new stuff that may interest you guys in some other packages and boxes and stuff. So there's more coming, and I have a lot of videos in my backlog that I filmed in my old place that I still have to release. I've just had some issues with my Google YouTube account and being able to actually post videos, so I still need to work on figuring out that so that I can properly edit the videos, have a thumbnail and a proper description and all that. But you guys don't need to know or care about that. That's just something I need to do on my end. But it is, again, another reason why these things have been so delayed. So yeah, so do expect all that to come out really soon. And yeah, let me know what you think of these guys, and if you see anything else interesting pop up on AliExpress or just these bootlegs from China, let me know, because I'm always keen to check these things out and see whether they're worth it or whether they're trash. These two I think are cool enough to actually warrant picking up, especially since they are fairly cheap in terms of kaiju figures. I mean, for the same price you can pick up a Playmates figure as one of these, but Playmates quality in itself can be a bit bootleggy, so you know, pick your poison. Anyhows, see you in the next one, but till then, may all your vinyl be irradiated vinyl. Over and out. Bye.